Manual, the motivational speech. Ladies and gentlemen, with a speech entitled, "It's Never Too Late," please help me welcome now competent communicator George Youssef.
Just for you.
Something new.
Growing up, I was as shy as you can imagine a young boy being. There's no way on earth that you would have ever got me in front of an audience. In fact, if I ever had to give a presentation, I was the one reading everything word for word, never once looking in anyone's eye. I never really had a rebellious streak. All I did was study, read, and play video games. And try to make money, but that's for a topic for another speech. I still recall something. In high school, I wanted to get an earring. Just something about it appealed to me. And then I went and I told my mother, "Mom, I want to get an earring." Now, please remember, I'm from Egypt, a conservative part of Egypt. Men do not wear earrings in Egypt. Wayne, you would have thought that I told my mom that I want to drop out of high school and join Al-Qaeda. She said, "You want to do what? You want to get an earring? Very simple. You get an earring, you are no longer my son, you are my daughter." She was not joking when she said that. She was serious. So there goes that idea. I didn't tell her that what I wanted to do when I was 10 years old, which is get blue hair. I mean, come on. Who in their right mind gets blue hair? No one. And I thought, I wonder what life through the world of blue hair would be like. But my mom thought about this, about my earrings. There's no way I'm bringing up blue hair. Well, something happened 3 weeks ago. Something shocking. Something that startled me to my core. Tim, I came to realize, like you, I too am follically impaired. I was looking in the mirror, and like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be bald soon. Darn my mother's side of the family. And out of nowhere, almost as a long-lost friend, a tiny whisper came to me, saying, "George, the blue hair, the blue hair." Then I realized, now is my time. Now is the time to take action. I sent a text message to the stylist and told her, "Make an appointment for me. I want to dye my hair blue." And she did not respond. Next day I went to the salon and asked her, "What happened? How come you didn't respond?" She said, "You're serious? You want to dye your hair blue?" "Yes, I want to dye my hair blue." And I made an appointment for last Saturday. I woke up 6 o'clock in the morning. Believe it or not, I was really nervous. Logically, I knew there's nothing to it. I get my hair dyed. If I don't like it, no big deal. The next day I can go and dye it black again. But even though logically I may have matured, emotionally there was still that little 10-year-old boy afraid of what people would say, afraid of getting in trouble with his mother. And that's when I knew that I had to do it. Because like Eleanor Roosevelt said, we must do the thing that we think we cannot do. I arrived, kid you not, she's bleaching my hair and dyeing it, and I'm like shaking. Way more so than giving a speech or anything like that. But I got it done. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, let me ask you a question. What is it that you wanted as a little boy or a little girl? When you looked up at the sky and see the infinite possibilities of the stars and the moon, when you looked across the horizon of the ocean and saw the vastness, what dream sang inside you? What little idea came to you, that you snuffed out, that you allowed to wither on the vine and die because you thought maybe it was not acceptable. Because you thought others would ridicule you. Because you thought that your parents may not approve. Or what happened when you got a little bit older? You know, we all like to think we grow up, we become independent, we don't care what people think. That's not true. We all do. What is it that you want to do right now in your life? What dream has been wanting to come out of you? What desire have you been birthing this whole time and it's time to deliver? I like what Bob Hope said. In your 20s, you think that everybody is thinking about you. In your 40s, you don't care anymore what people think about you. And in your 60s, you realize they were never thinking about you in the first place. How long are you going to allow others to put a limit on what you can accomplish with your life? For how much longer will you be walking in pain, unconscious in most cases? Because there's something inside you that is meant to come out and you are holding it back. Worse yet, worse than holding yourself back because of what others are thinking of you? What if you're holding yourself back because you just no longer believe? Because you've lost faith in yourself. I remember I was living in Colombia, and I decided that I wanted to train. This was 4 years ago and 40 pounds ago. And I was training at the gym with this bodybuilder. I mean, this guy did not have a six-pack. This man had an 8-pack. I mean, he was a beast. He started me out slow the first months, but after a couple of months, oh my God, he was pushing me at the limit that he was going himself. And I remember during one session, I'm holding the weights, and I realize I'm saying, I can't, inside my head. That moment was almost an epiphany to me. I literally almost dropped the weights. Because it occurred to me, how often have I been saying to myself, I can't, without ever realizing it? And based on that moment, I kept a watch, an awareness. And you know what? I said it so often. Not only that I can't lift all this weight. No. I realized I've been saying that about trying to learn the advanced Spanish. I realized that I've been saying that when I saw this incredibly beautiful girl across the street that I wanted to talk to. I realized that I've been saying that over and over and over. Ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, you're only partially paying attention to me. The other part is inside your head. You have a continuous internal dialogue that never stops. Hopefully it stops when we're sleeping, but there's no guarantee of that. What is your internal dialogue saying to you? Is your internal dialogue being a cheerleader? So you go get it, you can do whatever you want? Or is it telling you, I can't? Is it squashing the vision inside you? Helen Keller said, the only thing worse than a blind man is a man who can see but has no vision. Are you intentionally putting on the sunglasses to prevent you from seeing your own greatness? We all have it. Every single person. I have never in my life, and honestly tell you this, I have never met a person who does not have the potential for greatness inside them. We are all born with that opportunity. Yet, that is not the story of humanity in most cases, is it? The reason we talk about heroes, about the people that are successful, is because they become the exception. And yet we all have it within us. Can I share a secret with you? Can I?
No, sure.
I'm going to share it either way. You're going to die. Let me repeat this, okay? You're going to die. and so am I, and so is everyone around you. We come with nothing, we leave with nothing, and in between is this little intermission called life. The best bumper sticker that I had ever seen in my entire life said, "Life is a sexually transmitted disease with 100% mortality rate." Is that profound or what? This is like one of those Zen koans that you're supposed to ponder it and lead you to enlightenment. But isn't this true? What is it that you desire to bring forth in this life for the teensy-weensy little brief moment that you are here? Are you just going to go day by day, wake up, sleep, wake up, sleep, wake up, sleep, wake up one day, you realize all your hair is gone, you're wearing dentures, and you realize, man, what did I do with my life? Or are you going to be intentional? Are you going to be committed? And you know what? It doesn't matter how much time we have remaining to us. Even if all we have is only one single day, well, one committed day, where we commit our soul, our mind, our bodies, our actions, that one day could change us, could change the world. Socrates said, "The uncommitted life is not worth living." What are you committed to? When you wake up in the morning, are you passionate? Do you wake up jumping out of bed because you know inside your heart there's a song that needs to come out, and your mission is to bring it forth to the world? Because really, everybody wants to make this massive contribution or almost nothing. There's no in between, it seems like. But here's what I found, and I could be wrong, though in my heart I don't believe that I'm wrong. Whenever you do what your heart tells you you're supposed to do, that's when you're most contributing to this world. There are no big things or small things. There's honoring the little voice inside you, the desire that came to you. The word desire alone is Latin, meaning from the Father. The premise being, when a true desire comes to you, it's not something that comes from your mind. It's not a whimsical thought. It's from a higher power bringing it to you, telling you that this is what you are supposed to bring forth into this world. I've heard there's a really good way and a really bad way to die. The best way to die, so I've heard, is to be surrounded by your loved ones in prayer and meditation, and to go out in peace. The worst way to die is to be surrounded by all your unfulfilled dreams and desires and ambitions. Them surrounding you, telling you, I came to you. You were the only one that could have brought life to me. Now you die, and now I must die with you, unlived and unfulfilled. At the moment of our passing, and it's going to happen to all of us, the things that we have been brought here into this world to manifest, our dreams, our passions, our goals, our aspirations, will they be surrounding us, blessing us on our way out, thanking us for giving them life? Or will they be scolding us, scorning us, cursing us on our way out? Please think about this. I remember when I heard an exercise, someone telling me, oh, imagine yourself in this quiet room. Everybody's seated quietly, and you walk up and you realize there's a box. And you realize, as you look inside the box, that it's you laying down. You realize it's your funeral. What is it that you want people to say about you at that moment? What is that eulogy? What is it what you want people to say that you have accomplished, that you have done with your life? Or maybe you tell me, George, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do, what I really want. That's been my sin for the longest time. One of the disciples of the Buddha asked him, Buddha, how do we know if the path that we are on will lead us to enlightenment? The Buddha said, just like all the great oceans of the world have but one taste, the taste of salt, so do all paths that lead to enlightenment have the same flavor, that of freedom. You know that the path you're on is what you're supposed to do because when you're on it, you feel free. You feel right. Part of you, deep inside, even if you have to go through hell, in your soul, you know that this is what you're supposed to do. But everybody's saying, what is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life? Do you know how many times I've said, what is the meaning of life? I hate that statement now because I've said it to myself 1,000,000 times. I really have. And I love what Viktor Frankl said. In his book, The Man's Search for Meaning, he was a Holocaust survivor. And he's seeing all those people dying in the concentration camps. And you realize there's some people that are surviving, and those are the people that have a purpose. And he realized at that moment, everybody's saying, what is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of life? And life, at the same time, is asking you, what is the purpose of you? What is the purpose of you? What are you going to make with your life? Got my hair dyed, earring, Sunday. This was done Saturday. Sunday, I went to church. Knowing my mother will be there. I almost took my earring off, walking inside. Not because of the fight we're going to have. I already knew what's going to happen. No. I was afraid that she actually might have a heart attack when she seen me. But then I realized, you know what? We've got a lot of doctors in our church. So I walked in there. She comes up to me, looks at my hair, looks at my earring. What have you done? And then she burst out laughing. The one thing that I did not anticipate or plan for. That she said, remember, you need to help me with my paperwork after church. Just like that, like no big deal. I had ready for a slap, her to slap me, scream at me, and ready to get the priest to run an interference. Nothing. But that's what happens with fears. In most cases, you face them and you realize there's just big shadows. And yet, at other times, they're not. Sometimes what you're required to do forces you to be persecuted, to be reviled, to have the whole world shun you. Do it anyway. If you have to go through hell to accomplish what you're brought to do, then go through hell willingly. If you realize that you're like Dante Alighieri's character and you wake up in the dark wood of error, lost, go through it. If you have to go through purgatory, middle of hell to make it through heaven, do it, no matter what it takes. That's what you're brought here for, and the prize is your dignity, your self-freedom, and the ability to say, I did it. Thank you.